Hey everybody, welcome. What is up? I'm gonna turn this music down a little bit. Welcome to this webinar, this meetup. Today we're gonna try to answer some questions about Pictory. I'm gonna try to get you oriented, get you started making your first video with Pictory. We're gonna have a quick look at the dashboard. We're gonna build a project from scratch. We're gonna write a script from scratch. We're also going to, maybe if there's some time, we're gonna answer some questions. We're also going to look at AI Studio if we have time. We're going to do as many things as we can until we run out of time. So if you do have any questions that are just kind of nagging at you right now about Pictory, please go on down there to the Q&A section of the interface and go ahead and ask those questions. I've got another screen over here where I'm just kind of watching for anything that comes through. And I'm going to try to answer questions as they come in, and I'll do my best to keep an eye over here. So please ask any questions you have using the Q&A section. There's also a chat area that's open, and I've already got somebody here that says, hello from Baku. So that's awesome. Hello to you as well. I might put up a quick poll in a minute. You all can tell me where you're watching from. And that'd be pretty neat to learn from you. There's also a poll on the screen right now. It's just a really simple question. There's no wrong answer, and it's just asking you, would you recommend Pictory to a friend or a colleague, right? So the question is, hey, before this call, how likely are you to recommend Pictory to a friend? It just helps us understand where you're at, how you're feeling about Pictory. I might ask you the same question later on in this webinar. So without further ado, let's just get started. And if you see that poll question, just give me an answer there, no matter what it is. If you don't know, just mark something anyway, right? So let's just kind of move forward here. I'm going to go through a couple quick slides, and I want to remind everybody, if there's any questions, put them in the Q&A there, and I will get to them. As soon as I get through these slides, we're going to go into Pictory, into the dashboard, and get started immediately. But let me briefly tell you about myself. So my name is Jimmy. I'm a product marketing manager here at Pictory. I've got lots of years of experience in video production. So that means I'm out there going, I'm taking my cameras like these guys right here, and I'm recording interviews on location. I'm doing B-roll. I'm capturing event video. I'm out there with things like this, my boom mic hanging up overhead, or I've got, sometimes I've got like my camera monitors that I'm taking with me on different things. This one's got a nice little battery on it. So I kind of come from that world of video production where I'm going out and capturing it myself, and then I bring it back and edit it, and then we come up with how we're going to use it for different strategy, for YouTube, for social media, for internal communications, whatever it is. So I've worked freelance. I've worked on marketing teams. I'm on a marketing team right now at Pictory. I've worked at corporations, startups, different places. So I know that I know everything about deploying video for business use cases and capturing video and editing it and trying to be strategic about it. So any questions related to that sort of stuff, hopefully I can try to answer that for you as well. But today we're going to try to focus on Pictory and the value of Pictory, why you're using Pictory, and then we're going to make some videos with Pictory. If we asked our current set of users, why are you even here? Why are you using Pictory? At least half of people would say, creating video has just become too expensive. I have to go and pay a bunch of people to come on site and film this stuff. And yeah, that can cost almost $6,000. And, if you've got a group of people and you're paying everybody for their time and what they're doing requires a team, it can go up in price. Everybody's got one of these now, so we all think that we can make our own videos, and to some degree that is definitely true, but there's still no substitute for hiring a good team of people to come out to make a certain kind of video. So that can get really expensive. But what's the alternative? What can I make instead that's got still a pretty high production value but doesn't cost so much? What can I do? We'll talk about that. I think you're in the right place. Another group of our people, when asked this question, 69% say, I don't have the skills to create videos myself. Learning how to operate this camera and understanding what all of these dials and these, what do those letters mean? What is CAS? What is the difference between each one of those? I have no idea. Well, I know, It's because I've taken a lot of time to develop the skills and I've had to work on it, and it was not easy. It took me a lot of researching, learning on my own, experience, and not everybody has time for that. And that comes to our last one there. 76% of our users say that video is so time consuming. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks, which that's like 13 days, that's almost 3 weeks in terms of business days, or 45 hours a month of employee time just creating videos. What if you could regain all that time and do something else with it, or double up the amount of video you're creating in the same amount of time? That's really where Pictory comes in. It helps you take things that you probably already have and it lets you convert them into awesome videos. So, for example, you can take text that you've got. You can actually start with just an idea of something that you've got, and you can start with a script, and Pictory can turn that into a video. You can take a URL, like let's say you have a blog on your website. If you've got those blog articles published, you could just point Pictory to the URL, the web address of that blog. Pictory can read it, and then we can make a video for you based on all the text that's written inside of the blog. You can take long form videos, like something, maybe this webinar afterward, I could upload it into Pictory and say, hey, summarize this for me. And Pictory can quickly summarize what's being said in the video and edit out the portions that aren't part of the summary, giving you a really concise, summarized version of the video. You can upload old PowerPoint presentations. Let's say you've got a whole training series of PowerPoints, but you don't really have time to deliver them for an hour a piece every time you need to deliver a presentation. What if you could convert all of those into training videos just by uploading them into Pictory? Pictory can read what's in the presentation, come up with a narration script for you automatically, and then apply a hyper-realistic AI voice to the video and present it for you. So you can take this hour-long presentation, maybe trim it way down to like 10 minutes worth or 3 minutes worth of the slides being narrated and advanced through by AI, and deliver your videos that way instead of requiring such a really long amount of time that it would typically take, right? So we're going to look at some of that stuff today if time permits, and yeah, I'm hoping to kind of dive into that. Thanks to everybody who answered the polling question we had up there. I am just going to put this out there real quick. Oh, there's some dogs barking. What's up, dogs? How are you guys doing? So I'm just curious, where's everybody watching from? So for me, for example, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm over here on the Eastern time zone. I'm not quite in the south of the United States. I'm not in the north. I'm not in the Midwest. I'm like right there in between all of that. So where are you all watching from? Tell me in this poll here. Just curious where you're at. So I can give everybody a quick shout out. So diving over to the Q&A while everybody's answering that, I just noticed that there's some questions here. Laura says, when we had a demo, we were able to pick voices and it gave pictures of the people and let us know what race they were. I can find where I can pick people, but when I am looking for diverse voices, I can't find them. Okay, we can try to look at that. So Laura, let's go over here to Pictory. So I've got, here's a project that's open. This is something I was kind of demonstrating yesterday. So we'll go back to the very, very beginning of this and we'll kind of start over here. So this video is, it's about the benefits of using solar energy, right? So here's something about going solar. What you're referring to here when you're saying we had a demo, we were able to pick voices and it gave pictures of the people. So what it sounds like you're talking about is our avatars feature. So there are two ways of getting, they're kind of like two ways that you could apply a voice to your video. So right now, this video only has, this video only has a voiceover applied. And one of the ways that I know there's a voiceover is right here, this little microphone icon with the green AI. It's telling me like, hey, there's an AI voiceover on this. And these are giving me different options if I want, but I know that I've already applied a voiceover. So the AI voiceover has been applied, and the place you do that is down here in the audio tab on the left. Sorry, the audio menu, I should say, on the left. And then from here, you've got the voiceover. There's also background music, and then you've got your own uploads, which are your own background music or your own voiceover uploads. But let's go over to voiceover for a second. If you are on the free trial or if you're in the professional plan, you have access to the premium voices here. These are premium voices from 11 Labs. You'll notice though, Laura, that none of these seem to have any images associated with them. The only thing here that's going to help us kind of make a determination about demographics, like we're not necessarily putting any kind of specific race or racial identity with any of these voices. I think we believe that you can kind of mix and match that, and the voice itself, it doesn't have to be an indicator of racial identity necessarily in this case, but I think we all understand that like different cultures may have different accents and different ways of speaking and saying words. So what we do have is the ability to change the language that you're using on your voices here, as well as the accent that goes with that language. Now, if you look under the English language, for example, we've got all of these different voices. Now, this does say that there are 84, but I just want to point out that there are a handful of these in here that if you're using Pictory, you might notice they say deprecated. And quickly, I just want to point out that because we're using 11 Labs and we have a partnership with them, as they evolve with time, we also have to evolve with them. So there are certain voices that they have decided to discontinue, and the technical terminology for that in software land is deprecated. So there are some voices that are no longer available. And the reason that you're still seeing them is because if one of our users had this applied on a previous project, if they open it up today, we need to be able to let them know, hey, this voice that you had previously had on a project from the past, that has changed, it's not there anymore. So we just want to let you know you can't choose it and pick a different one. But if I look through these voices, there are all sorts of different voices here. I can set the accent if I want to use like I want an Indian accent, but still in English. So these are four voices that are natively in English, but they have Indian accents to them.
This is the most expressive Indian AI voice you can find here.
You're right. I think we figured it out, Lawrence. You're a genius.
So there's a handful of those. There's also things like Australian. You can also say if you want a male or female voice here. So if I'm looking for a female Australian voice.
Stay committed to your decisions, but stay flexible in your approach.
But I also want to point out, if you change this language here to something else, you're going to find a handful of other options as well. So if I do go to, like, let's just kind of stick with the Indian languages here. So now if I go over to Hindi, and I remove the gender here to show all, there actually are a handful of voices that are in Hindi. We have a significant number of users of Pictory that are based in India, so we do have a lot of voices that are available for them. So now there's more, but these are actually designed for Hindi.
हर शब्द में ठहराव, हर कहानी में गहराई.
Now, here's something that's interesting. If your script, if I look at this script, like this script is in English, clearly. But if I applied one of these Hindi voices, let me set that back here. In fact, let me just leave and come back for a moment. Oh, okay, cool. That's something I need to look into. If I go to the Hindi voices and I want to apply Devi here, I'm going to apply this voice. I just want you to take note that this voice is natively designed to speak Hindi, but because my script is in English, this is going to speak the script in English, but it will have an accent that matches the native voice of the speaker here. So listen to this.
Imagine saving money while helping the planet. Going solar is the solution. First, solar can save you money on electricity bills.
So just to answer your question, Laura, we don't have any designations by specific race, but these voices do have the ability to filter it by the gender. There's different purposes here that you can use for different tones, and you can kind of reach, you can kind of go across cultures by selecting different languages through here, and you'll sort of naturally get the flavor of all of these different cultures that's embedded in whatever language your script happens to be in. Now, when it comes to selecting the faces, that sounds something more like our avatars feature. If I look over here at avatars, avatars, these do have a bunch of different faces that are here, and we do have pre-selected voices that are associated with each avatar. So for example, if I look at Annie here, if I click on Annie to open it up, you'll see there are these 6 different looks and outfits that Annie has on, and then there's a default voice that we have set up for Annie.
Sometimes it is better to lose and do the right thing than to win and do the wrong thing.
And if I hover on, like I'll hover on this video clip of Annie in the pink, and we'll see
Welcome
kind of a
to the
preview.
new era of video creation with Pictory. Simply type your script to get started.
So what you're looking at is an avatar that is going to use the Amanda voice by default. So if I select this avatar, what we're going to do is it's going to say, hey, you've got a voice applied already. Do you want to replace that or keep the one that's there? So right now I've got this, I think it's like an Indian female voice, or it's in Hindi, voice is the language, and presumably from India. And this person does not appear like they are necessarily from India. So I might use the default voice that's associated with this avatar that's got the name Amanda. So I'll say replace voice. So now it's going to add this avatar, and it's going to apply the what is typically the default voice for this avatar. But I can also change the voice to something else. Like if I want to go back to the audio tab and find a different voice, like maybe I do want something in American English, but I want a female. Actually, no, like maybe I want this person to seem like more British. So I'll look for a British female voice.
If one is lucky, a solitary fan.
One may say the eternal mystery of...
So Victoria sounds a little older, and Hannah
If one is
sounds
lucky, a
right around there. So I'll say generate and apply. So now I've got this voice on Hannah. Now, I can't preview Hannah saying any of this stuff. The lip sync is going to be factored after we render the video. We can't lip sync in real time because that's kind of a generative AI process, and we're not there yet with technology where we can just automatically generate that, at least not in Pictory today, where we're going to do that. And it also requires AI credits. So this is what you were probably seeing, where you're seeing faces and getting to select voices, but you can basically choose an avatar, and that has a voice attached to it. And you can also modify that voice just by going to the audio menu and selecting a different one. You can't have an avatar without a voice. Your avatar needs a voice track to figure out how to move its mouth and how to gesture and how to move around. So you have to use an AI generated voiceover if you're going to use an avatar. So please keep that in mind. Okay, hopefully answered that question. And I'll answer a few more of these Q&A real quick, and then we're going to go back into creating a project from scratch. So Laura says, if a PowerPoint is a video built in, I was not able to get it in my project because the PowerPoint had a limit of space. Yes, that's correct. So if your PowerPoint already has an embedded video in it, Pictory is not going to be able to extract and then deploy that video in there in the way that Pictory works today. There's a lot of different ways of inserting media into your projects in PowerPoint. If you have images, we can capture the images, but because videos just sort of have an indeterminate length, and they can vary wildly just with how long they are and what they are. Videos that are already in your PowerPoints are not supported in our PowerPoint to video tool at this time. I'd like to think that one day we'll be able to kind of resolve this or detect it and help you figure out what to do. But just because videos can be, you could have a 30-minute video in that PowerPoint, and that goes against the, we can't render videos longer than 30 minutes in Pictory. So there's just a little bit of a subtle limitation there that just because of the wide variety of PowerPoints that anybody could upload, videos that are already embedded in your PowerPoint aren't supported. Now, if you want to upload that video after the fact, like you can still use the visuals tab in the uploads area, and you can insert other video clips. Like, here's a video clip that I used from a recent video that I did. So I've captured this on my computer and I uploaded it here into Pictory. But right now in PowerPoint to video, we cannot support an embedded video that's part of it, just because of just the nature of how long those could be. And it's a really difficult task to handle with anybody's presentations that are there. So you are correct there. You are not able to get the video in your project because there's a limit of space. There's also a limit on the size of the PowerPoint that we can process. If your PowerPoints have a lot of videos in them, it really bloats the size of them, and it just becomes a really difficult task to manage and give you a consistent experience on. So we have to limit the size there, so we're not making you sit there and wait for an hour or two while we are ingesting and trying to process the whole video. So that's why it's limited in size and also not able to process videos right now. Yeah, Laura says, this makes sense. I forgot about avatars. This is what they were showing us. I'm glad I took to the right thing. No, Laura's like, I don't want to hijack. You're not hijacking. You're asking great questions. Hey, everybody else, ask some more questions, right? Awesome. Hey, I'm going to take this moment to kind of reset on a couple of those great questions. Thank you, Laura, for those. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to quickly give like the fastest shout out to everybody. Where's everybody coming from? What's up? We got Barbados is here. Phoenix, Arizona is here. What's up? Bend, Oregon. What's up? And Nina, Wisconsin. How's it going? Midwest in the house. You all consider yourselves Midwest? You ought to. I think Wisconsin's definitely Midwest, right? People are doing a lot of things with their time. We got a marketing assistant. We got director of learning and development. That's awesome. Regional owner, 800 agents. Training and development. That's interesting. We got a lot of training and development folks here. And people have made a couple different, mostly we've got people making one video so far. But people want to learn how to do better video editing and use it to turn blogs into videos. Yep. Learn how to turn PowerPoints in videos, to have Pictory use the PPT notes, not the content of each slide. Learn the basics of Pictory. Awesome. So let's look at those URL to video and PowerPoint cases, especially since we've got someone specifically talking about the blog, and also we've got a couple learning and development. I think you're going to see a lot of the value in Pictory pretty quickly. So if we go to, someone asked specifically about the PowerPoint to video tool, and I also was alluding to it here. Laura asked that question. So from the dashboard here, anybody, just a quick primer for anybody who's brand new to Pictory. So the dashboard here is where you're going to get started. Right at the very top, you can start with an idea if you want. So if you don't have a script written yet, you could just come up here. Pictory is already suggesting something that I actually said the last time I used this tool. It's going to create a motivational getting started video. I asked it to make sure it includes some numbers and stats, and I also wanted to include quotes from notable people. If I wanted Pictory to write a script for me, I can just create this now, and Pictory within a couple seconds is going to have a script about getting started and getting motivated. Yeah, getting motivated. Here we go. We got Tony Robbins quotes in here. We got Thomas Edison quotes in here. Interesting. Yeah. And it's also got numbers and stats, just like I asked it to. Within like 10 seconds, I'm ready to start my video. Like I could generate a video now. In fact, like I'll go ahead and generate this. And there's a couple different themes you can choose from. For this one, I'm going to choose this one I like called Wanderlust. And now Pictory is going to start making that video for me, right? So within like less than 60 seconds, I've got a video that is getting created. While this storyboard's getting generated, let's go back to the dashboards because I want to show you all some of the other stuff that we've got going on over here. So this is going there. Here, let me just go directly home this way. Okay, so this is starting to work. It's starting to make itself happen. I'm going to show you this. So we've got all these different tools that are here. These are the core workflows. I think a lot of people, what we just used was the text to video tool. And if you kind of look at the little graphic there, you get a sense of how it works. It's going to loop here starting now. You get your script, you paste your script in or generate one, and then Pictory goes to work doing what it's doing now, analyzing the text, selecting visuals, and it's going to generate a video for you based on that. You can edit it inside of our powerful storyboard editor. Just to refine what you want, you can apply a brand kit so that you've got all of your fonts for your brand and the color palette that you like for yours to be applied to the various scene elements. And then you can download your video and you're ready to go if you want. If I look at, someone mentioned blog, I want to convert my blogs to videos. We should definitely take a look at the URL to video tool. Again, you paste in your URL, Pictory's going to read what's on the page, and then we're going to extract what's there and we're going to create a video for you that is based around what's on that. In fact, if I open up URL to video, you'll see there's something else I want everybody to go ahead and download now if you haven't. So you can obviously start by pasting in your blog. So like, here's a blog article that is from something from before. I can scan this URL, so it's going to kind of look for me and make sure, hey, is this what I'm, it's going to kind of confirm, like, this is what I'm, it's going to show me, hey, is this what you're trying to display? Yeah, and also, like, I didn't test this. Yeah, there it is. So this blog did work. It's like maybe an older link that's there. Now I can view this as a larger. It's showing me here's a preview. I'll create a video based on this if you want. You can ask it for additional prompts and things right here. You can say, like, again, include numbers and statistics. You know, you can just say, you can say anything you want, additional information down there. You can tell them that it's for your website and that you want it to be a less than 5-minute video. You can make it even shorter. You can say, hey, give me a 1 minute on what is in this blog article. And you can quickly convert whatever's there into a blog. Another tool, though, that I think is really important for anybody who's using this is this thing called the Chrome extension. Pictory actually has a built-in, well, I mean, it's not built in until you add it to your account, but it's included until you add it to your browser, but it's included with your subscription is what I should say. It's a free tool. So if I click on this Chrome extension, it's going to take me over to the Chrome. Yeah, sorry. Here's what it's doing is it's saying, hey, just take me to the website. Yeah, here we are. So here is the Chrome extension. Right now this says remove from Chrome because I have it installed. In fact, it's right there. Here's our little Pictory extension, little Pickford in the corner. All you do is you navigate to the web page that you're trying to make a blog article about. So here's this article, right? Here's our blog. And if I just click on the Pickford icon, this can convert my URL content into a video. And all it's going to do, it's one button. You click on this, it's going to scroll the page, and it's going to take me into Pictory that I'm already logged into. And it's going to ask me again, hey, do you want to give us any special stuff? I've got a check mark here. I found your blog, and I can generate a script now based on that. So now it's written me an article based on, look at this. Yeah, written me an article based on the blog. This is a 3-minute article. If I want to, I can say, hey, shorten that. And it'll shorten it down a little bit for me. I just clicked one button to shorten it, give me a shorter version. Yeah, this is going to work, just like tightening it up for me. And I'll say replace script. So now it went from 3 minutes, it's knocked off 45 seconds. So from here, I could create a video, and it's got 14 visuals that are part of that article that it's also going to include. So if you're interested in converting blogs to videos, the URL to video tool can do that. And specifically, the Chrome extension is something that you should look into. It is right there on the tool. Like if you click URL to video, the link to get that Chrome extension is here, and it's completely free. All you're doing is attaching it to your browser. What I've done is, I've got a handful of these random little add-ons, and I've pinned the Pictory one here so that it's up here with me. Like I've got other little things like this. Yeah, see, like the page marker is one that it's not going to work, but I've just got a couple things pinned up here. But Pictory is one of them because I can make a video from any web page that I'm on. I can just be on a web page, click on this, and generate a script from it. It's going to take me into Pictory. Where was that? Which one of these was I on? It's going to take me into Pictory, and it's going to give me an option to create a video from it, right? So really powerful tool there for anybody who's looking at converting blog content. I'm just going to double check the Q&A because I'm sure there's some questions about that. Yeah, Laura says, we are the heart of the Midwest, Wisconsin. Awesome. Indeed. Okay, so there's just a quick preview of URL to video. The PowerPoint to video. So one of those things that somebody mentioned before was using the notes tool to create my script rather than letting it do it for you. So I'm going to open up the PPT to video tool. Okay. And do I have a PPT with notes? We do have a demo PowerPoint that is kind of embedded here so that you can always test this out without having to require yourself to have a PowerPoint. It saves me a lot because I don't use a lot of PowerPoint presentations for me personally with what I'm doing. A lot of my slide decks are just static images. But if I say try with a demo PowerPoint here, I will click on that. And what it's going to do is it said, hey, you've uploaded this now. Now here's this option that says use speaker notes for narration. And if we hover here, what it's telling me, I'll read it off, then I'll explain. It says AI will not generate script for your PowerPoint. If you turn this option on, click the icon. Oh yeah. Sorry, let me just, yeah, so if you turn this option on, AI will not generate a script for your PowerPoint. So if you click on that, it's showing you kind of a special article about this, about speaker notes. I would just encourage you to check this out. I don't know, I can't remember which person indicated they specifically were looking for, is it Patricia maybe? Yeah, perhaps Patricia was the one who said this, but just go there under the, right here under use speaker notes, click on this eye icon and it will open up a quick help article that will tell you about this. Also great information about speaker notes. Every slide needs to have speaker notes on them because what we're doing is we're actually going to use the speaker notes as the narration. So you almost want to compose them so that they represent exactly what needs to be said. Pictory is not going to use AI to convert them into something better for you. So if you have, if you're like me, if I am giving presentation and I have speaker notes, I've got these little bullet points that are not complete sentences. There might be one word that represents an entire thought that I need to go down. Pictory was not going to write the rest of the thought. Pictory is going to just read the one word in your speaker notes and take it literally for what it says there. It's not going to help advance it more. The AI for narration really just comes from what text is in the slide itself, not from converting the speaker notes and blending it into something else. There's just a lot of people use speaker notes in a lot of different ways. So Pictory is standardizing how we interpret speaker notes for this use case. If you're presenting, you can use the speaker notes to whatever way you want. If you're going to insert it into Pictory and you want it to use the speaker notes as the narration, make sure that the speaker notes are the verbatim narration that you want. Otherwise, just leave that off and Pictory will automatically figure out what to say. So in this case, I'm going to leave the speaker notes off and I'll generate this just so you all can see. Now this is going to go pretty quickly because there's nothing really to process in our demo. It's already got it there. You'll also notice like these scenes have quite a lot of text on them, right? So, yeah, now we've got our different slides here. If I kind of click through each one, you'll see each one's got a different slide going on. Here's here's kind of the course outline. Here's everything else. This is this narration is coming directly from what's written in the slide here. Like all this looks like it's two sentences. These two sentences are all derived by reading what the text is in this screen. Our AI has figured out here's the best way to present this information. One thing I'll point out is that right now there is no voiceover applied to actually the voiceover is already applied to this. We go ahead and do that for the PowerPoint. I think it's down here in one of these standard voices. So we've got Martin.
Welcome to Pictory. It has been shown that video in.
But if I wanted a premium voice on there instead.
Dogs bring harmony to both our minds.
Hey, let's get Tom in here. Tom is this nice little meditative coach guy. He's going to tell us about architecture and how awesome it is. You'll notice whenever this is done, all of the timings for these slides are going to shift. So for example, this one right now says 13.2. There we go. This is now 16.7 seconds. Tom's voice is a little bit different. And you'll notice with every different voice, there's going to be a slight different timing shift on all the slides. And that's okay because Pictory is automatically handling that for you. If I go and look and grab like the right edge of this, you'll see there's a little blue line on top, and it's indicating exactly how much time the voiceover is going to take. So this one says 16.8 seconds. Now I can make the slide last longer, but the voiceover is going to end at 16.8. So maybe I just want this to stay where it was. I'm actually just going to use the back button to get that where I want it to be. The undo button, that is. So now let's just kind of give it a little preview.
Welcome to the world of architectural drafting and planning, where creativity meets precision. At Kramer Correa Construction, we believe in the power of thoughtful design to shape our environments and enhance our lives. Architects face numerous challenges.
Right, so we got a really meditative voice on here. So maybe not the perfect voice for this, but you can see that we are presenting what's going on here. All of this text is really just like a tutorial on architectural drafting and planning.
Architects face numerous challenges in the design process, from understanding client requirements.
Actually, like, let's just change it to a better voice that's going to be a little more engaging here. I wonder if I could say, let's go back to a female voice. I wonder if there's one here that's like interactive. I don't know. Not Serena. Let's go back here to narration.
The only thing,
Abby, let me just clear these filters. Let's just get rid of the filters. Let's find one. But you know who's really good is Matilda. Matilda's great. Let's get Matilda on the case. So this one was 31 seconds, 31.4. Hopefully this is going to shorten. Matilda talks a little bit faster. You can also change the timing. You can adjust the speed of these. So yeah, it went from 31 to 27 seconds. I can even make Matilda talk a little bit faster. So we'll go like 1.1. And then I'll apply those changes. So it is going to generate another voiceover. I am spending my quota here to do this. I'm being a little reckless, but it's okay. You don't have to worry about at least you. I don't think you should worry too much about using too much voiceover quota. You get 120 every month. I'm demoing constantly, and I'm not getting close to that. Just because of the way that I am kind of using it. So yeah, now we've got another version. We took another 2 seconds off. Here's Matilda.
Architects face numerous challenges in the design process, from understanding client requirements to navigating sustainable design principles. This course will explore how architects balance creativity with practicality, addressing diverse client needs while considering environmental and technological advancements. We'll delve into efficient design, environmental considerations, and the role of architecture in shaping our future.
Right, so this is the course overview, and the narration is now talking about how this course is going to explore how architects balance creativity with practicality. So really powerful tool there to just take something that might have taken you an hour to present this entire slide deck and get logistics together, schedule a Zoom meeting, get everybody on the call, blocking their calendars off. Now you could take that presentation, convert it into a video, kind of deliver it asynchronously to people, and then maybe do that follow-up meeting afterward when people have seen the training, and then make that one an even shorter meeting. Instead of an hour, make it a 30-minute follow-up, or make it a hey, reach out to me to answer questions, or give them an activity or a worksheet or an assignment to do, instead of everything all happening in this hour block condensed in. Send them the training and then do follow-ups afterward, or restructure, do it however you want to do. But this is a way to take your video and save a lot of time with it. We can see like this video's duration is estimated at 2 minutes and 46 seconds, and it's 10 slides. So you can imagine how 10 slides could take 5 minutes or more easily, right? But we can just convert it into this shorter form video that delivers the content, and it's reviewable. You can pause it, you can rewind it, you can do whatever you want with it as an audience member. So I think that's something worth kind of thinking about with your PowerPoint. I noticed people asking about PowerPoint to video. So there's a quick look at that. Also, a great way of using avatars now is to say, hey, give me this avatar, and I want I want somebody to talk with it. So let me, who can sound kind of like Matilda here? Let me just double check.
Our course is structured into 5 comprehensive lessons. We'll begin.
Yeah, so I think I like Emery here. Let's say Emery, and I want to keep the current voice. So now I've got this avatar that looks like Emery, but it's going to sound like Matilda.
Begin with the role of architects in sustainable design.
You can also still do interesting things with your slides. Like if I want to, we're actually working on some more of these for the PowerPoint to video workflows, but you could convert this into a layer. You can go and like add some colors to your background if you want. And now you've got this kind of different layout that you've got going here that would allow you to just kind of present this in a different way, right? So now on this scene, we got this one here. Maybe I want this one to be a little more like this. Let's use the presets here to make this person a little bit bigger. Here you go. Actually, let's make this person smaller. So we're going to go like this and pew, pew. Right, so just another kind of look that you could set up here for this one, just to give it a little bit more dynamic look and feel. Maybe I'll do like a little smooth transition on this.
We'll examine case studies of sustainable architectural designs. In Lesson 1, we define architectural drafting and planning, exploring the responsibilities and challenges architects face. We'll discuss how architectural decisions.
Another thing you can still do here, if you want, is like I have to kind of go look at maybe this is a good one. Let's go back here. So course overview, let me kind of go back, build that like look again where we've got this kind of setup. I'll set the background to something fun we haven't used yet. And then I think there was somewhere in here like we'll delve into efficient design, environmental considerations. Like maybe right here, what I'm going to do is I will split this scene. Oh, I didn't mean to do it that way. Let me backspace. So I will split the scene. I'm going to unlink this because I want it to do something a little different for me. And here I want to find a visual that has to do with, I'm going to copy this text. I'm going to go to my visuals and I'm going to like search for visuals that have to do with architecture and shaping the future. So like maybe for this scene, yeah, I think I'm gonna use that one. So right, for this one, what I'm gonna do, I'll go to visuals, go back to my library, and I will replace the background with this instead. And what I'll do is I'll go to my layers and I'll just hide this for now. Yeah, so now my video is gonna flow a little bit differently. Only gonna adjust the modified scene. So because I split it into 2 separate scenes, it's asking me, hey, do you want me to break that apart into separate voiceover? Let me regenerate just that one section for you.
Environmental.
So if we go back now, I'll start kind of in here somewhere near the end of this scene.
Diverse client needs while considering.
So it's right here around addressing diverse client needs.
Activity with practicality. Addressing diverse client needs while considering environmental and technological advancements. We'll delve into efficient design, environmental considerations, and the role of architecture in shaping our future. Our course is structured into 5.
Right, so you can still intersperse all this different visual content from our library and just kind of soup up your presentation with some more interesting things that go along with the slides that you've already got in there as well. Hope that's kind of a good just like preview of what you can do with PowerPoint to video, right? Like we've got avatars that you can include there. You've got your presentation, your slide deck is here, but you can also like manipulate it. You can convert it into a layer. In this case, this effect is doing the opposite. This would glue it to the background, but I'm saying, hey, convert that to a layer so that I can start doing other fun stuff with it, like putting a second color or something in the background, or like, I don't know, I could use like one of these like different background color things if I wanted instead. Or like I can apply a brand kit. Like if I have, like the Space brand is one of the brands that I have. I'll just turn this on real quick so you can get an idea. It's got my logo in the corner, so if I want all of my scenes to have my logo there, like there's my logo. I've also got these brand colors. So now if I go look at the backgrounds, in addition to those custom ones I created, I can choose one. This one isn't far off, actually. I can choose one that's directly from my brand. So now I can make all of my scenes kind of a little more like closely tied to the brand colors that I like. This red one would be more of this green color. So now things are looking like, actually this space purple, things are starting to look like my brand now because I've turned my branding on. Also, if I open the captions, you'll see the captions. In this case, there's a lot, but I can just kind of narrow those down and say, hey, just give me one line at a time. And the caption text is going to look like that on all of them, right? In fact, let me just shrink this down a little bit more. Yeah, I'm shrinking the width of it so it's smaller, and I'm going to apply that to all. So now all of my captions are at the bottom.
Architectural designs. In Lesson 1, we define architectural drafting and planning, exploring the responsibilities and challenges architects face.
So if you want your captions baked into your video, you can turn them on like this, or you can turn them off by having them off. It's going to read exactly, it's going to display, I should say, exactly what is in your story here. So the captions are going to match that exactly. All right. So maybe that's enough on PowerPoint to video for now, just to kind of see, like I'm kind of demonstrating a couple different customizations that you can make in your storyboard. Let's go back and check on one of those other projects that I started earlier, that text to video, and let's just kind of work from there and see what happens. So I'm going to go back over here. And so there's our architectural drafting and planning. We'll just kind of note, this is where recent projects are. So anything that you've been working on are going to start showing up here in order. And so you can see the different projects that we looked at today. We started off with this benefits of solar. I think this is that first script. I started from right up here when I started with an idea and I asked it to create a script for me from here. So there's that one. I'm going to open that in a moment. This one is Pictory 2.0. This is that blog article. This is URL to video. So there is a script in there waiting for me to convert it into a video if I want. If I open this, it's not going to be a storyboard. It's going to take me to the script editor because there's still some decisions I can make there. But let's go look at Unleash Your Potential. So this was a text to video project. We wrote the script for this in 2 seconds. All we did was put in an idea, which is right here. This was the idea, and let's see what Pictory gave us. All right, cool. So one thing you'll notice here in this text to video, it's a little different from PowerPoint to video, is that it's already kind of started formatting how this video looks. It's got this title kind of layout already assigned to it. And that's because Pictory has this tool called Smart Layouts. And inside the storyboard, it's just called Layouts. But the reason I say that they're smart is because what Pictory does is it's reading through your script and it's trying to figure out what is the best way of displaying this on the screen. And so if we look at these different options for layouts, there are a lot of different kind of ways of conveying information. So you've got these default looks, which are like the background visual with the captions at the bottom. There's kind of an alternative view of the background visual with captions a little larger but off to the side. And then we've got things like these title scenes. You can see this one is a title view right here where we've got the content on the left side. We've got like the text on the left side and then there's media on the right. Maybe that's a good way of kind of describing it. But if I want to switch it to one of these pre-made layouts, I can just select and it's going to redraw the whole thing. And in this case, I've actually shuffled the colors around a little bit. Speaking of shuffling the colors, at the top, you'll notice there's this color palette. If I want, I can click once to select a new palette. This one was made for this particular theme. Remember earlier I chose Wanderlust, and there it is, there's the title. But I could also switch this to Bulletin. So now this scene has this look that is a little bit more in line with this color palette. But I can also apply that palette to the entire project. I can say all scenes. So now all the scenes are going to have this different color scheme to them. Or if I want orange, now I've got this other one. You can also shuffle these around just to find a different look that might match what you're aiming for. This one's a lot more bold. And so what I'm going to stick to is Wanderlust for now. I'm going to make sure that's on all scenes. And cool, let's kind of move to our next scene. If I click on the story, you'll see the next scene says, did you know that 92% of people never achieve their goals? So we've got this number. Remember, I asked it for numbers and quotes in my project. Well, it's because I wanted it to use these number layouts. If I open the layouts, you can see that it's detected automatically that, oh, this part of the script is talking about something that's numerical. Let me display that in a way that looks, that fits. So if I play this back, you'll see that it's going to animate the numbers onto the screen. It's also rocking out with some pretty heavy music there. If I want something that's a little more like motivational, maybe let's go to the music and I'll just type motivation. Let's find motivate. What's this one? Oh, so it's using this one again. Let me, actually, let's do it this way. Let's go for moods. Let's go with, I like anthemic. I want something bouncy. I want something confident. There we go. Let's do that. Oh man. So of course, having some issues with those. Let's get rid of abstract, beautiful, bittersweet. Let's just go here. All right, so I'm having an issue with my filters right now, but I'm actually going to take a note because that shouldn't be happening, and I want to make sure that we figure out why the filters are doing something funky. Let me just write that down. Music filters. All right, let's get back to it. Not a good demo unless there's one fun bug that you encounter, right? So yeah, we're going to figure out why the filters aren't working there. And then there's also language. Okay. Where was I? So this music's super loud. Maybe I'll just go look at my favorites. Oh, I haven't liked it. It's because I'm on a different account. That's why. Okay. So it's because I'm on a different account. But yeah, you can kind of browse through our library here of different. Here, this one's called Positive Outlook, right? You know, like, let's just kind of start here with it. Let's just take it down. Let's apply this instead. And then now let's go look at our voiceover, and let's apply a voiceover. Who did we have earlier? Who was the that really nice guy with a it was like a, see, if I go look at the purpose was ASMR. Was it Ethan? No, there was another guy. We just had him. He was it was like a meditative kind of voice. I wish I could remember the name of that one. If anybody knows what that was, you could put it in the Q&A or something. What was his name? I know it was a guy, and oh boy, here we go. Yeah, I wish I could remember.
Dogs bring harmony.
How about Tom? There we go. Tom, that was it. So we got Tom now. All these scenes you're going to see are going to go from 5 seconds each to the actual length of time it takes to do the narration. So let's just watch through this a little bit.
Are you ready to transform your life? Did you know that 92% of people never achieve their goals? But you can be different. Motivation is the key to success. Let's break it down. Motivation is what drives action. It pushes you towards your dreams and goals. It's important to cultivate it daily. Start by setting achievable goals. A study shows that writing goals down increases success by 42%. Next, surround yourself with positivity. Motivational quotes, inspiring people, and uplifting messages.
Okay, so we've watched through enough of those to kind of see, like, it's done a great job of finding these like motivational clips. In some cases, you know, maybe clips like this aren't for everybody. They're not really interested. If you want to switch these visuals out, all you have to do is click on them and you can try to find these alternatives. This one has found a bunch of different alternatives here. So maybe something like this, which is a more realistic instead of this drawing, maybe something like this might be a little closer to what you're aiming for in your visuals. You can also like take things, use the grid to move it around the screen if you want, resize different elements quickly. Sometimes I like to just move fast when I'm editing stuff, just because you just kind of work instinctually, don't overthink stuff, just kind of like move things, make it, just make things more interesting. I really liked too how it selected this layout for this scene, which you'll notice doesn't have any background visual. If I go to the layouts tab, this is one called emphasis. It's a really powerful way of breaking up your videos, and I'm really glad that we included this several months ago when we released this layouts, because just a reminder, not every part of your video has to be a visual that has like, doesn't have to be a video clip, right? Your video is, at the end of the day, it's just video communication. It's communicating your message through a motion picture. And sometimes the motion doesn't have to be something that you have to focus on and it's like a subject and there's action. It can just be a color and some text. So use this emphasis one a lot more in your different projects. I want to just quickly launch this. I told you I might put this up there a second time. So again, no wrong answers, but whenever you see this on your screen, just give me another response to this one as we're kind of winding down and wrapping up today. While I recap some of the stuff that we've done, if there's time and if anybody has any questions, go ahead and put them in the Q&A there for our last 5 minutes. I'll do my best to try to answer. But we've done a lot today. We answered some early questions off the bat. Thank you, Laura, for those, just to kind of get us started there. We looked at the PowerPoint to video tool. We created a couple different projects through several different ways. We did one through PowerPoint to video using the demo project. We looked at how to create a video for your blog just by using the URL to video tool and getting the Chrome extension and triggering Pictory to make a video based on what's on a web page. We looked at avatars and talked about voiceovers and how they're kind of related to each other a little bit. We even applied avatars to some presentation, to the demo presentation that was uploaded to get kind of an idea there. You saw me do a little bit of customization in the presentation mode there, where you can kind of move your slides around the screen and even incorporate you can incorporate B-roll into your existing presentation just by using media from our stock library here. Then we are kind of over here now looking a little bit at how our smart layouts can automatically get applied to your project to have a video that's kind of ready to download as it is. Like the video duration right now is estimated to be 1 minute and 30 seconds. And we are about, how far did we walk? We watched about 36 seconds into it. And so far, I'm pretty pleased with how everything's come together. In fact, like here's a quote. Let me go over to the quotes here. Here's a Tony Robbins quote. The only limit to your, let's actually watch it.
Consider this quote by Tony Robbins. The only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. Your potential is limitless.
And look, there it is again. We've got this other emphasis. And don't forget, if we want to shuffle the colors, it works here too. So if you want something that's a little more like, hey, wow, how about a white screen instead? So we go from this black to white.
Imagination,
really powerful, impactful thing.
Your potential is limitless. Take small steps each day. Even a 5-minute action can lead to big changes. Celebrate each win, no matter how small. Attention to progress fuels motivation.
See, like here's an example, like I don't think this visual fits very well, like this is related to motivation, but this one just doesn't really fit the rest of the aesthetic of this video. So if I click on this, and attention to progress fuels motivation. So this one's showing like progress for some people that are clearly doing like fitness, health and wellness, right? But we want something around attention to progress fuels motivation. So like, I don't know, let me just type progress. Yeah, like a growing plant is kind of a good metaphor for that. So attention to progress fuels motivation.
Attention to progress fuels motivation. Remember, Thomas Edison said, our greatest weakness.
Again, you can shuffle the colors around here to give this a completely different look just really quickly. If you don't like that darker color, I kind of want something that looks a little bit more like this.
Lies in giving up. Keep pushing forward. Embrace challenges as opportunity.
Okay, and whenever you're ready, one thing you can do, you can share your preview here. This preview, you may notice as I'm playing this back, it still has like different watermarks in it. If I open up a new tab and I paste this, you can share this video with somebody before you download it. And you can even see this one currently has that watermark in it. All of these watermarks go away once you have generated the video. So once you download it and you've committed to using this and deploying it, you get the version of these clips without the watermark on them. So this is just a way for you to like maybe share it with your teammate or share it with somebody like, hey, here's my progress on this, like any feedback on this before I finish the video.
Are you ready to transform your life? Did you know that 92% of people never achieve their goals? But you can be different.
Right, so you can preview it that way, or let me go back here. Once you've got your preview, maybe you're happy with it, you can go and hit generate video. So Pictory is then going to kind of take you out of the storyboard for a second and then drop you over here where it's going to start processing, and it's going to render all of the stuff in your video together for you. I'm actually going to go back to the storyboard. I think this is going to keep generating while I'm over here, but you got to remember that it's generating something that I've already sent in there. So if you start making changes now, you're not going to see those changes in there. But I do want to point out one last thing, is because we're over time. AI Studio is something everybody should try out. Go over here to the Visuals tab, and we've been looking primarily at the library, but we also have our AI Studio here. This is a great place where you can go and generate visuals that are going to work for your scene. So like this scene right now, I'm not really happy with this background visual. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, get me, I'll click videos, and I'll click get a prompt for this scene. So it's going to read what the story text is for this scene. What's the narration for the script here? And it's going to write a prompt for me to generate something that can be used for this. So I'm going to set it to 8 seconds. I'm not going to read too much into it, but it's basically going to, it's giving me some sort of like idea for ultra wide shot in a spacious modern living room, minimalistic decor, camera gently drifting toward, a very detailed prompt written like that. That's going to give me hopefully a really good looking visual that could work for the scene here that fits in the context of the rest of this. And I used a model that's hopefully going to go pretty quick here. It's an 8-second clip, so that might take a second to render. But in just a moment, we're going to have an AI generated video that you can deploy into your project. What I really like about our AI Studio is that it's coupled directly with the storyboard editor. I would like to move our, hey, product team, if you're watching this video later on, I think it would be really great if we had our AI Studio accessible from the dashboard too, so you can just go generate videos as you need. But I really like that we have it here inside of the video creation tool, because you can create visuals directly on the scenes that you're working on. And it makes sure that as you create something, it fits into the project that you're on. You're not just kind of creating it in your own bubble over here. You're making it purpose built for the scene that you're on. A ton of great options here. I can add this as a layer, so it can just be a layer that sits above everything. Here's a quick preview of it. Here's somebody. It's made something according to the specs, right? So I can do that. I can also, let me delete it from here. I can also replace the visual, so it'll replace the background of the scene I'm currently looking at. And then if I want to download this because I want to use it in some other campaign, or I want to use it internally at my company for some other video or some other presentation, I can just hit download visual, and now I've got that download coming along with, here's all my webinar data from the past webinars that I've done in my downloads folder. So now I've got that video for use elsewhere inside of on my computer now. I don't have to just use it in Pictory, I can use it anywhere else. So just wanted to show that last piece about AI Studio inside there as well. Man, you all have been great today. A lot of great questions that we were able to answer. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I hope you can all make some more videos this week using Pictory. And yeah, thanks so much for coming. Thanks for answering those polls that I put out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You all have a great rest of your week. All right, we will catch you next time. All right, I will see you later.
people never achieve their goals, but you can be different. Motivation is the key to success. Let's break it down. Motivation is what drives action. It pushes you towards your dreams and goals. It's important to cultivate it daily. Start by setting achievable goals. A study shows that writing goals down increases success by 42%. Next, surround yourself with positivity. Motivational quotes, inspiring people, and uplifting messages boost mindset. Consider this quote by Tony Robbins. "The only limit to your impact is your imagination and commitment. Your potential is limitless." Take small steps each day. Even a 5-minute action can lead to big changes. Celebrate each win, no matter how small. Attention to progress fuels motivation. Remember, Thomas Edison said, "Our greatest weakness lies in giving up." Keep pushing forward. Embrace challenges as opportunities to grow. In summary, motivation is essential for your journey. Set goals, stay positive, take action, and keep going. Are you ready to take that first step? Start today and unlock your potential.